In the shadow of Mount Fuji, something extraordinary has emerged. Toyota's Woven City Phase 1 is complete and the first residents are moving in. This isn't just another corporate campus or research facility. It's a fully functioning city designed from the ground up to reimagine how we live, work and move. A place where every street sensor, every autonomous vehicle and every AI system works in perfect harmony. Now I know what you're thinking. Another tech company building a utopian city? What could possibly go wrong? But this isn't some billionaire's vanity project. This is Toyota spending $10 billion to weave together the future of transportation, sustainability, and AI. And they're doing it with their characteristic attention to detail, right down to robots that can fold your laundry better than I ever could. While Toyota's building their prototype paradise, something seismic is happening in the automotive world. BYD, a company many had never heard of 5 years ago, just became the world's largest EV maker. And they're not alone. Chinese manufacturers now account for 60% of the global plug-in vehicle sales market. Has the automotive industry's centre of innovation permanently shifted to China, or can traditional automakers still reclaim their position? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You see, the question isn't whether Woven City is impressive. It absolutely is. You see, the question we need to ask, and this is even more important, is how can Toyota afford a $10 billion distraction when Chinese manufacturers are about to flood the global market with competitive EVs? When every quarter sees new Chinese brands launching increasingly sophisticated electric vehicles at prices making traditional automakers really nervous. And perhaps, most importantly, is Toyota weaving the future, or weaving a beautiful distraction from the EV revolution that's happening right now. Okay, so let's dive into what Toyota's actually building here, because it's genuinely fascinating. So guys, just picture this, a beautiful 175-acre site at the base of Mount Fuji, designed by the same architect who created Denmark's Lego house. That's right, Toyota literally hired the Lego guy to build their real-world sandbox. And at the heart of the city is their transportation network. You see, the streets are actually split into 3 types. One for faster vehicles, one for personal mobility like scooters and bikes, and one just for pedestrians. And connecting it all, those sleek e-Pilate autonomous vehicles that look like they rolled straight out of a Pixar movie. But it's the AI integration that really sets this apart. You see, every home is essentially a living computer powered by their new operating system called, I think it's called ARENE. These homes learn from their residents, everything from preferred temperatures to shopping habits. They've even developed robots that can fold your t-shirts, which, let's be honest, is cool, but maybe not $10 billion cool. Now look, I've got to take my hat off to them. The scale is ambitious. You've got 2,000 residents, and when fully operational, including scientists, employees, and their families. They've got 2,200 team members from more than 60 countries working on the project. You see, the entire city has achieved LEED Platinum certification. Now that's a first for any community in Japan. It's kind of like Toyota took every sci-fi movie from the last 30 years, removed the dystopian parts and said, hey, hold my sake. But look, here's what makes it more than just a fancy tech showcase. They're testing everything from hydrogen fuel cells to drone delivery systems. There's also a facility converted from an old factory that's now dedicated to a flying car development with Joby Aviation. And they're even working on autonomous drifting capabilities, because apparently even robot cars need to know how to drift. You know what? At what point does innovation become a distraction from their core business needs? And how do we find that balance? Let me know what you think in the comments. Look, I'll give them their due. The technology is really impressive and I think the vision is quite clear. But while Toyota's teaching robots to fold laundry, something bigger is happening in the global automotive market. And this is where our story takes a fascinating turn. You see, while Toyota is teaching robots to fold t-shirts, let's look at what's really happening in the real world. The numbers are actually staggering. BYD, a company many people couldn't even pronounce 5 years ago, just produced 150,000 more EVs than Tesla did in Q4 2024. And that's not a typo. They sold 2.49 million plug-in vehicles in 2024 alone, increasing their output by nearly 73% in just 1 year. But that's not all. BYD isn't even really the whole story. Chinese manufacturers now account for 60% of the global plug-in vehicle sales. You see, they're not just dominating their home market anymore. They're expanding aggressively into Europe, Southeast Asia, and they're positioning themselves for a major push into the US market. And Toyota's response? Look, while the Chinese companies are launching new EV models every few months, Toyota's global EV market share is, well, let's just say it's not great, and it's getting worse every quarter. Look guys, the automotive tsunami isn't coming, it's already here. And while European regulations are mandating 28% EV sales by 2025, Chinese manufacturers are already exceeding those targets. But look, here's what makes this situation really critical for Toyota. The global EV fleet will hit 85 million by 2025, with EVs making up 23.5% of the global light vehicle market. This isn't just a trend, it's a complete industry transformation. And while Toyota's experimenting with robot butlers, BYD's planning to sell 3 million EVs in 2025 alone. And you know what the worst thing is? The gap isn't staying static, it's widening every quarter. But you know what guys? Despite of everything, there's still a path forward for Toyota, but it requires a bold move. They need to license Tesla's FSD, their full self-driving technology. This isn't about competing with Tesla, it's about using every available tool to be competitive against the Chinese manufacturers. It's my view, and I might be wrong, you can tell me in the comments. I think they need to integrate Tesla's proven FSD, and by doing that they can focus their R&D on EV development, they can maintain their position in advanced technology, and they can offer competitive features while catching up in the EV space. Now you tell me, should legacy automakers focus on developing their own autonomous technology, or is collaboration the smartest path forward in today's fast-moving market? Please let me know in the comments. Now look, I'm going to be truthful with you. The woven city is impressive, it's even visionary. But Toyota needs to ask themselves a hard question in a world where Chinese manufacturers are releasing new EVs every month. They need to ask themselves, can they afford to weave tomorrow's city while their core business unravels today? 2025 might be Toyota's last chance to make the right moves. They need to shift resources dramatically toward EV development and consider strategic partnerships for autonomous technology. Otherwise, this $10 billion experiment might become a beautiful monument to what could have been. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think Toyota should prioritize? And whether you'd want to live in a woven city. As always guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.